As we age, we're often told to keep moving, stay active, and never slow down. But what if I told you that doing less could actually be the key to feeling better and living longer, especially after 70? In today's video, we'll explore 3 surprising practices that can transform how you experience your golden years. These aren't your typical aging tips. The third one might just change the way you think about health and energy. Stick with me until the end to discover how slowing down could be the secret to a longer, more vibrant life. Let's dive in. The power of mindful rest and finding joy in simple moments. A journey to aging. Well, have you ever wondered what the secret to truly aging well is? Most of us have heard the age-old advice to stay active, keep moving, and never slow down. These words are often echoed by health experts, fitness instructors, and well-meaning friends and family members alike. The logic seems sound. The more we move, the healthier we are, and the more we maintain a sense of vitality as we age. But what if I told you that moving less, not more, could actually be the key to feeling better, staying energized, and living longer, especially after the age of 70? In today's video, we're going to dive into 3 simple yet powerful practices that have helped countless people transform how they experience their golden years. These practices are not the typical aging tips you may have heard before. They are subtle yet transformative habits that tap into the deeper aspects of our physical and mental well-being. As we explore them together, you'll discover how slowing down and embracing mindful rest can rejuvenate your body and mind, helping you find a new sense of vitality, joy, and connection to life. But I promise you, the third practice we're going to discuss might just be the one you've been searching for. Stick with me until the end, because you're not only going to learn the secret to more energy, but also how to find a profound sense of satisfaction in everyday life, no matter your age. Before we jump into these practices, I would appreciate it if you could take a moment to like this video. Your support helps me continue to share these valuable lessons about aging well. And if you haven't subscribed yet, I recommend doing so, and turning on the bell notifications so you never miss out on any new content. Finally, I would love to hear from you. If you like the video, leave a comment with a 1. If not, comment a 0, so I can improve and create better videos for you in the future. Now let's get started. The art of mindful rest. Finding balance between activity and rest. One of the most important lessons I've learned about aging well came from a 75-year-old former marathon runner named David. I met David a few months ago at a local community center in Chicago, and his story completely shifted my perspective on wellness. Like many of us, David had spent a significant portion of his life believing that constant movement equaled better health. He had always been the most active person in his retirement community, filling his days with morning runs, afternoon tennis matches, and evening walks. For years, he was convinced that the more he moved, the healthier he would be. But despite his rigorous exercise routine, David started feeling something was amiss. Over time, he began to experience unexpected fatigue, joint pain, and rising blood pressure. The constant activity that had once felt like a sign of vitality now seemed to be taking a toll on his body. One day, an injury forced him to slow down, a setback that would ultimately lead to a breakthrough in his approach to aging. David discovered what he now calls his golden formula, which revolves around the concept of mindful rest. At first, the idea of resting felt counterintuitive to him. After all, he had spent his life living by the mantra that more exercise and movement were the keys to good health. But with his injury forcing him to pause, David soon realized that rest wasn't about doing nothing. Rather, it was about doing less, but doing it with intention and purpose. His practice of mindful rest involves taking purposeful breaks throughout the day to reset and recharge so that his energy remains high and his body can recover from the strains of constant motion. David's transformation wasn't unique. Dr. Sarah Johnson, a leading expert on aging and longevity at the Mayo Clinic, conducted groundbreaking research on the effects of rest in older adults. Her studies revealed that after the age of 70, the body requires more recovery time. This doesn't mean we should stop moving altogether. Instead, it means we should prioritize recovery and incorporate periods of rest into our daily routines. Dr. Johnson explains, it's not laziness, it's smart care for your body. Incorporating mindful rest isn't about being inactive, rather it's about slowing down and listening to the body. Dr. Johnson's research shows that older adults who practice what she calls strategic rest experience better health outcomes compared to those who remain in a constant state of motion. In fact, her studies found that people who prioritize rest report higher energy levels, better balance, improved cognitive function, and stronger social connections. Mindful rest in practice. David's golden formula. David's approach to mindful rest is deceptively simple, yet incredibly effective. Every morning, he sets aside 15 minutes for what he calls his morning mindful moments. Rather than diving straight into his usual activities, David spends this quiet time sitting on his porch with a cup of coffee, simply observing the world around him. He watches the birds fly by, listens to the rustle of the leaves in the wind, and takes in the calm of the early morning hours. This practice may sound like a small act, but it has profound effects on David's energy and mindset throughout the day. In his own words, "I used to think this was wasting time. Now I know it's what gives me the energy I need for the whole day." These morning moments of stillness have become a non-negotiable part of his routine, offering him the mental clarity and emotional stability to tackle whatever the day holds. David also integrates intentional rest periods throughout the day, which experts refer to as strategic pauses. These aren't naps, though taking short naps can certainly be beneficial. Instead, these are purposeful pauses between activities that allow David's mind and body to reset. For example, after completing an errand, he might sit for 10 minutes to focus on his breathing and center himself before diving into the next task. These moments of pause aren't about stopping life, they're about giving David the space to recover and maintain energy throughout the day. Think of these pauses as a reset button for your mind and body. In a world that constantly demands more from us, these moments of stillness can help us recharge and find new sources of vitality. David's practice of mindful rest has brought remarkable changes to his life. He has experienced improved sleep, normalized blood pressure, and an overall increase in energy. He still enjoys playing tennis and participating in physical activities, but now he finds that he has more energy and a renewed appreciation for the activities he loves. "I'm not just doing more," David reflects. "I'm doing it better because I'm well rested now." Rest, a vital component of aging. Well, the significance of mindful rest cannot be overstated, especially as we age. Many of us have been taught that the key to good health is to keep moving, to push ourselves, and to never slow down. But in reality, rest is just as vital for our well-being as activity. When we rest, we give our body the chance to recover, recharge, and restore itself. This enhances the quality of our movements and allows us to engage more fully with life. Research backs this up. When we are well rested, everything else becomes easier. Our movements feel more graceful, our minds become clearer, and we begin to enjoy what we're doing instead of simply pushing through it. Rest doesn't just restore our body, it enhances every activity we engage in, whether it's playing sports, working, or spending time with loved ones. In fact, Dr. Johnson's research revealed that people who incorporate mindful rest into their daily lives report a 40% increase in their energy levels. But the benefits don't stop there. These individuals also experience improvements in balance, cognitive function, and even their social connections. When you're not constantly running on empty, you become more present in your daily life, more engaged in your relationships, and more connected to the activities that bring you joy. Finding joy in the smallest moments of life. If mindful rest is one side of the coin, the other side is finding joy in the small moments of everyday life. As we get older, we often realize that the grand goals we once pursued may not be as fulfilling as we thought. The drive for bigger, better, and more can leave us feeling disconnected from the present moment. But when we slow down and take a moment to appreciate the beauty of life's small, simple pleasures, we unlock a deeper sense of satisfaction and contentment. Let me share a story about Linda, a woman I met in Denver, who taught me an important lesson in this regard. Linda had spent most of her life as a high-powered executive, driven by the desire to climb higher, achieve more, and conquer bigger challenges. Even after she retired at 73, she found it difficult to break free from the habit of overscheduling herself. She filled her days with grand plans, travel, and social engagements, convinced that only big moments could bring her true fulfillment. However, everything changed when she decided to start a small garden on her patio. It wasn't a grand landscaping project, just a few pots of herbs and flowers. At first, Linda didn't think much of it. It seemed too simple, too small to matter. But over time, something unexpected began to happen. Each morning, while watering her plants, Linda started to notice the small things around her. The way the sunlight reflected off the leaves, the scent of the herbs, the gentle buzz of bees. By slowing down and embracing these tiny moments, Linda found a deeper sense of joy and satisfaction than she had ever experienced from her previous pursuits. "I thought I needed big moments to feel fulfilled," she shared with me. "I couldn't have been more wrong." Linda's story is a powerful reminder that fulfillment doesn't always come from grand achievements or constant activity. Sometimes it's found in the small, quiet moments that surround us every day. When we pause and truly see the beauty in those moments, we open ourselves to a richer, more meaningful experience of life. Slowing down to live more fully. As we age, it's natural to seek a sense of vitality, purpose, and joy. But the key to finding these things may not lie in pushing ourselves harder or moving faster. Instead, it may be found in slowing down, embracing moments of mindful rest, and learning to appreciate the simple pleasures that life has to offer. Whether you're 70 or 30, the practice of mindful rest and finding joy in the small moments can transform your experience of aging. By incorporating purposeful pauses and embracing life's everyday wonders, you can find new energy, deeper satisfaction, and a more fulfilling connection to the world around you. So, I encourage you to try something new tomorrow morning. Take 5 minutes to sit quietly before diving into your busy day. Let go of the rush and simply be present in the moment. Notice how different your morning feels when you start it with intention and stillness. Remember, doing less doesn't mean giving up on life. It means living more fully by doing less. Thank you for watching this video, and I hope you're inspired to bring these practices into your own life. If you found this message valuable, please don't forget to like, share, and subscribe for more insights on aging well. Let's continue to explore how we can live our best lives, no matter our age. Rediscovering joy in simplicity. Linda's journey toward finding fulfillment in the simple things started with a small, almost inconsequential project: a garden on her patio. It wasn't an elaborate landscaping endeavor, but rather a few pots of flowers and herbs that Linda carefully tended to each day. At first, she didn't expect much from it. She thought it might just be another way to pass the time in her retirement. But something remarkable began to happen over the weeks and months as she nurtured her plants. Every morning, Linda would step outside to water her garden, and each day she found herself noticing new details she had previously overlooked. The sunlight glistening on the dew-covered leaves, the subtle sway of the plants as the breeze passed through, the way the leaves seemed to stretch toward the sun in a quiet, graceful dance. What began as a simple task evolved into a profound practice of observation and appreciation. Linda describes it as a magical discovery, a deep connection to the world around her that she had never experienced before, even though it was right there, all along. These moments of stillness and beauty were fleeting, yet they filled her with a joy that was long-lasting. This was a joy that was different from the brief satisfaction she had once felt after achieving a significant career milestone. Those moments of achievement were always followed by a sense of emptiness or the pressure to chase the next goal. But now, in the simplicity of her garden, Linda found a lasting contentment that she had never known before. Research from the Positive Aging Project backs up Linda's experience. Their findings showed that people over the age of 70 who find satisfaction in small daily experiences report a 60% higher life satisfaction than those who are constantly chasing major milestones. The study highlighted a critical insight. True richness in life doesn't come from the grand achievements or the big moments. Instead, it's found in the quiet, often overlooked pleasures of everyday life. Linda's journey serves as a powerful reminder that the pursuit of happiness in today's fast-paced world often leads us further from it. By constantly striving for more, we miss the simple joys that are already within our reach. The practice of happiness anchors. To help others tap into this powerful source of joy, Linda developed a concept she calls happiness anchors. These are the small moments of joy that we can create or notice throughout our day. Linda's happiness anchors became the key to her transformation, and they have helped others experience the same profound sense of fulfillment. One of the most powerful practices Linda shares is what she calls the morning marvel. Every morning, before diving into the busyness of the day, Linda pauses for a moment to notice something small that catches her attention. It could be the soft warmth of the morning sunlight as it spills across her pillow, the comforting aroma of freshly brewed coffee, or the gentle chirp of birds outside her window. Whatever it is, Linda encourages people to simply notice it. Don't rush past it. Take a moment to really appreciate it. This small ritual doesn't take long, but it can have a significant impact on your mindset for the day ahead. By focusing on something simple and beautiful, you set a tone of gratitude and mindfulness for the hours to come. For Linda, it's become a sacred practice, a way of grounding herself in the present moment and cultivating peace before the world demands her attention. Another key practice that Linda recommends is what I like to call sensory moments. These are pauses throughout the day where you focus on one of your senses. Something as simple as feeling the texture of your favorite sweater, inhaling the crisp air after a rainstorm, or listening to the hum of your refrigerator as you sit quietly in the kitchen. These sensory moments are gateways to joy because they help us engage more fully with the world around us. In a world that values constant productivity, sensory moments are about slowing down and fully experiencing the present. They invite us to appreciate the beauty of our surroundings, to find delight in the small details that often go unnoticed. The more we cultivate these moments, the more we develop an appreciation for life as it is, rather than always striving for something more. Linda also encourages the creation of what she calls connection spots. These are simple moments of connection, whether with others or with ourselves. It might be a daily phone call with a friend, a regular visit to a local coffee shop where the barista knows your name, or simply taking a few minutes each day to connect with your own thoughts and feelings. These connection spots help us cultivate a sense of belonging and companionship in our daily lives. They remind us that the richness of life lies not in the quantity of activities or achievements, but in the quality of the relationships we foster and the moments of presence we create. The science of small joys. What makes these simple practices so powerful? It turns out that engaging with small joys doesn't just improve our mental and emotional well-being, it has tangible physical benefits as well. Dr. Robert Lewis, a leading researcher at the Center for Aging Studies, has found that people who regularly notice and appreciate small pleasures tend to have better mood regulation, improved memory, and even stronger immune systems. It's as though our brains are wired to respond positively to moments of joy and gratitude, leading to better overall health. The benefits extend beyond the mental and physical. Small joys also foster a deep sense of connection to the world around us. When we focus on the small, often overlooked aspects of life, we develop a greater sense of gratitude, and gratitude has been linked to a wide range of health benefits, including better heart health and improved sleep. These seemingly tiny practices of mindfulness and appreciation are more than just feel-good exercises. They have profound, long-lasting effects on our well-being. Let's take a moment right now to try one of these practices together. Look around you. Is there something small that brings you a bit of joy? Perhaps it's the photograph of a loved one on your desk, the warmth of your favorite chair, or the way the light filters softly through your window. Don't just glance at it, really notice it, appreciate it. Feel the joy that it brings, even if it's just a fleeting moment. These tiny moments, when fully appreciated, can serve as anchors of joy in our day. Living with gratitude, a morning ritual that transforms now. Let me introduce you to another powerful practice, one that has the potential to transform your entire perspective on life. Bob, an 84-year-old man I met in Boston, taught me a simple yet profound lesson about gratitude and its role in creating a fulfilling life. Every morning, without fail, Bob visits his favorite coffee shop at exactly 7 a.m. He sits at his usual table by the window, sips his coffee in quiet contemplation, and scribbles in a small, well-worn notebook. There's an air of peace about him, a contentment that seems to radiate from his being. One morning, Bob slid his notebook across the table to me, asking, "Want to know what makes life truly rich?" When I opened the pages, I was surprised to find not a list of grand goals or future dreams, but rather the simplest of notes, each one infused with a profound sense of gratitude. "Today's coffee tastes especially good," one entry read. Another said, "Sarah called, her voice always makes me smile." There was even a note that simply said, "Watch the sunrise, reminded me how lucky I am to see another day." What struck me about Bob's ritual wasn't just the act of noting things he was grateful for. It was his ability to find joy in the everyday, in the seemingly insignificant moments. Bob's practice of gratitude didn't focus on monumental events. It centered on appreciating what was already present in his life. As he put it, "When you're younger, you're always looking ahead to the next big thing, the next promotion, the next vacation, the next milestone. But at my age, I've learned that the real treasure is in appreciating what's already here, what's already good." Bob's approach to gratitude is a reminder that contentment isn't about chasing the next big thing. It's about being fully present and appreciating the moments that already bring us joy. This mindset isn't just feel-good philosophy, it's supported by science. Studies show that people who practice gratitude regularly have stronger immune systems, better heart health, and even improved sleep quality. The evening gratitude ritual, ending the day with appreciation. Bob's morning gratitude practice is just one part of his daily routine. He also introduced me to the concept of the evening gratitude ritual, which has been transformative for many people. Before going to bed each night, Bob takes a few quiet moments to reflect on 3 things that made him smile during the day. These could be anything from the warmth of the sun on his face to a kind word from a neighbor. The key isn't in the size of the moment, it's in acknowledging it and letting the feeling of gratitude fill his heart before he falls asleep. This practice doesn't take much time, but it has a profound effect on the way we end our day. It shifts our focus from the stresses and worries that might have accumulated throughout the day to the simple joys that made our day brighter. It's a gentle reminder that no matter how challenging life may seem at times, there is always something to be thankful for.